Welcome back, Wolfpack, to episode 2 of Keeping Up with the Pack, season 2. It's your host here, Austin, per usual, and we have an episode loaded down with content for you all here this week. But I want to take a few minutes at the start of this episode to introduce you to someone you're going to be seeing a lot of over the next 2 years. Last year, obviously, this show had a co-host, that was me. But with D'Lo going on and graduating this year, going into his career, we needed to find someone to do the show with me. And when D'Lo and I started thinking about who would fit into this role the best, it became pretty clear to us. It's someone that D'Lo and I have both done mock trial with over the last couple of years, and we are really, really excited to see what she's able to do in this role this year. So without any further ado, Timberwolves, please meet Maya Keller. Maya, how are you?
I'm doing good, Austin. How are you?
I'm doing great. When I start to think about this season and us being able to do this together and the chemistry we already have through the RSOs we've been a part of and what we're going to be able to really build here, I'm super duper excited for it. But I want to give the audience members a few minutes to get to know you. They're going to be hearing a lot from you. They're going to be hearing your perspective on some things. And I feel like it's important for them to kind of know who Maya Keller is. So can you just tell the audience what you think they need to know about you to best understand your perspective this year?
Yeah, okay. So hi, my name's Maya Keller. I'm a sophomore, and as Austin already stated, I was in mock trial with him and D'Lo, so this is my second year doing that, and I absolutely love it. So I chose Northwood because I want to go into international law. I like to understand other people's way of living and different business affairs that they deal with in other countries and other people's perspective of things. So I realized that Northwood had a very good international business program here. And so I took a tour. I think it was in like 2019. I don't know. I was a junior.
Back in my day, yeah.
Yeah, when when COVID was first happening. So I took a tour and I absolutely fell in love with the campus. It was during fall, so all the pretty leaves were falling down.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. It was that. And then I had lunch with one of the international business law teachers who's no longer here, but she was a very nice woman, and I wish she was still here. I heard a lot of good things about her. So, but yeah, that's a little bit about me. I am also from Detroit, so like 2 hours away from here. It's quite a drive to go home, but I do it every single weekend to work.
Let's stop complaining about your drive, okay? It's 3 times as long. All right, we still have a representative from Detroit here on the show, D'Lo leaving. We put Maya right in to be able to hold down that stronghold here in Michigan. So I think it's about time we start to cover what this episode's going to be. Obviously, Northwood's a very heavy athletic school. There's a lot of athletes on campus, a lot of great competitive teams. And I know that they don't always get as much representation as they kind of deserve on campus. So we're going to use this episode to really cover a lot of the teams here on campus and their recent success and what some of the Timberwolves can look forward to out of those teams. This involves representative from the football team, 2 representatives from a team that's brand new here. We don't want to spoil the surprise yet, but you're going to have to stay tuned in to hear about that one. A member of the Northwood men's hockey team, and even a special representative of the women's soccer team, and a little coverage of their recent success, which has been brilliant this season. So I know this should be really good. If you're a fan of sports, this is definitely going to be the episode for you. So let's get into this episode. Let's start covering everything going on, and let's get Maya a real great introduction into the Keeping Up with the Pack community. We're back in studio with 2 members of a brand new sports team here on Northwood's campus. If you've been following Northwood athletics for a while, you'll notice that something they've never had is a women's lacrosse team. Well, that has changed. As of 2023, we now have a Northwood University women's lacrosse team, and I'm very excited to have our 2 guests here, 2 representatives to be able to talk about that team and kind of give our listeners a little bit as to what we can expect. So without any further ado, I'm excited to introduce Gabby and Julia. How are you 2 doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Good. I'm excited that you're both on. Thank you for both taking the time to come on and give us a little bit of insight into what you all are really doing this year.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate coming on too. Our whole team wanted to be a part of it. We were all excited.
Yeah, they were like all asking, like, "Oh wait, can we all come on?" I was like,
Come on, we could have got a bigger table. You didn't tell me this. No, you're fine.
All right. Can you guys tell us about how you learned that Northwood was creating a women's lacrosse program?
Yeah, so I'm a transfer here this year, and I literally just got an email that said, I know you're from the area, but if you don't want to come back to your hometown, that's fine. But we're starting a lacrosse program from our coach, Morgan, who she's the best. If you ever see her on campus, she's just the best. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll come back to my hometown, come play lacrosse for a few years.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a senior here this year. So I've been at Northwood for a while. So I know what we have, and there started to be some posts and just different things like, are you interested in playing lacrosse? And I played lacrosse in high school. So I
Perfect.
filled out a little form, and then Coach Morgan got in contact with me, and then the rest is history.
That's
Right?
pretty nice. So you played lacrosse previously. Gabby, I'm assuming you played lacrosse in your past as well?
hmm
Great, great. So I know you said you were a transferred from Tiffin. We talked a little before starting the episode. Did you play there as well?
Yeah, I played 2 years there and then couldn't go to that school anymore.
Hey, Northwood's where you should be anyway. Welcome back to the pack. So are your teams going to be playing any games this year? We know that when new programs start, you have to build a culture, build obviously a roster, coaching staff, stuff like that, and it can be kind of a slower process. Are you guys expecting to play any games this year?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 games scheduled right now for spring. They're scrimmages technically because we're not in
We're an exhibition team this
we're
year.
an exhibition team this year. So we have 2 games, I think one scheduled for March.
Oh, you don't
So-
ask me about the dates. It's in the spring.
Yeah,
They're coming up.
They're coming up in the spring, yep.
We'll have 2.
Stay tapped into Northwood social media. I'm sure we'll be posting all about it so you guys can really see the dates and get out and support these two.
So did not playing any official league games in year one affect your decisions?
I would say for me, it definitely did because I got injured last year, and that was kind of part of the reason I wanted to transfer. I was like, and start anew. And then when Morgan was like, well, we'll be taking a year off, I was like, oh, I can just take a year, no eligibility gone, just to heal up, like to get a little bit better stick skills, meet some new people, Julia. And then like year 2, go out, win that GMAC, and then so that was actually one of the driving factors that I was like, oh, this is like something that I could do to better myself in general.
Yeah.
It really didn't affect my choice just because I'm a senior, so I'm graduating this year.
Yeah.
So I just thought, like, when am I ever going to be able to do this again? It's a sport
Yeah.
that I love, and it was sad that I didn't get to play in college, but ultimately I came here for like the academics, and then
Yeah.
it's just nice that I also get to play lacrosse.
Yeah, you kind of are getting to live out every high school senior's dream who had to like put down that sport they really loved, and you're just begging for one more year, and then all of a sudden 4 years later, here you go, you get another one. So that's pretty cool. So obviously this is going to be your only year, Julia, being on the team. You're going to get those 2 scrimmages in the spring, obviously getting to build some companionship with your teammates. But I want to direct this more towards you, Gabby, this next question, because you will be around next year. What are you really looking forward to with this team, based on the people you've got to meet, the coaches, what you've got to really see that you're building here? What can we look forward to?
Well, one of the things that I'm super big on is team culture because I've had some pretty poor experiences. And I don't want to speak solely for the team, but I'm sure Julia can attest. The culture that we're building this year, like there's only 6 of us this year because I mean that you have to start out small.
Right.
And the culture that we're building is like just like brings joy to my heart. Everyone's happy to be there. Everyone wants to work hard. Like even when we're like there's only 6 of us. It's hard to like get people going when it's like the size of a small family.
Right.
But that's really what we are. And especially with our coach Morgan and how close we are with the men's team as well. Like we want to bringing women's lacrosse to Northwood is obviously like such a big win, but even just like creating like just another good team on campus. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It'll boost morale not only for like sports in general, but Northwood in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that a lot of small schools typically have to rely on those types of things. You don't typically get the D1 recruits at smaller schools, but you just build such great camaraderie amongst your team, and that's really what pushes you and gets you to stick together throughout the course of that season. So I know I'm really excited. I want to say thank you to both of you for giving us the opportunity to learn a little bit about the women's lacrosse team here at Northwood. I wish I was going to be around a little longer, got to see it in full-fledged action next year, but I'll definitely be at the scrimmages. Should be exciting. I'm ready to get rowdy cheering for the lacrosse team. It should
One
be
of
a
them's
great
a
time.
home game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys going to be playing them? Is it football field, soccer
I think
field?
we're at Hans, yeah.
Oh, okay.
the
Nice.
football field.
I mean, you're on the turf too, so that's
Oh, yeah.
make it a little
Yeah.
easier for you. Well, thank you again. We can't wait for this episode to come out so everyone can really learn about this great team that we're building here, the great culture you guys are building, and hopefully we, start racking in them dubs and win a GMAC soon.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely. I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into the football team here on campus. And when we started asking around, we heard that Mitch Umler was the perfect man to have on to give a characterization of what this season's really been like. So without any further ado, Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I know we're excited to have you on, hoping we can get some good insight into this season for you all. Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely.
All right, Mitch. So we know you're a part of the football team here on campus. Can you tell us a little bit more about your involvement and the position that you play on the football team?
Yeah, this is my third year here at Northwood. I got redshirted my freshman year, and I played O-line the whole time here. They've switched me back and forth between right and left tackle, and I've been left tackle so far this year. And this is my first year, like, truly, really playing. I played a little bit last year here and there, not a whole lot, but it's been fun. I've been really enjoying it.
Cool.
That's pretty dope. They got you secure in the backside. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. So I know that we've brought in some new coaches this year. They're obviously looking to reshape the culture. Can you just give us a little bit about what that's been like and what the goal really has been?
Yeah, it's been a complete, like, let's say 180-degree culture change for the better in the right way, and it's been a lot of fun. It was really new, and we didn't really know how to react to or respond to it in the spring, but I feel like now we're really buying into it, and we like to say that, we can be bought into it, but it's not enough. You got to start owning it, and I feel like now we're really have a whole 130 guys really owning it, and every day, every practice, we're getting better and better, and I think it's really going to start showing up on Saturdays. I feel like we're really building something here special, and I'm excited for it in the years to come. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little bit of an update on how you guys have been doing this year?
It's it's been, if you look at the win-loss column, it hasn't been the best year for that, but back to what I was saying about the culture and just what we have been doing here and what we have been changing and just the way that this program is going, I feel that it is going to be, I'm really excited, just try to take it day by day, week by week, and every day we're just getting better. It's awesome. I'm excited. We got practice tomorrow. I'm excited to see what we got. It's supposed to be cold this week. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's starting to get into that fall football.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. I'm super excited for it.
That's great to hear, though. It can be pretty hard on a team when you're not winning every game you go out there too, when you're putting all this preparation and you're not always getting the result. To hear that you guys are keeping high spirits, obviously, the cultural changes are seeming to really work for you guys.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest culture changes from when I was here in previous years to now, where before it was like, once we started losing games, we're like, oh, like, whatever, like, season's done. But now it's like, we lose a game and makes us, we want it even more, and we win a game and we want it even more. And it's like every week guys coaches come hungry and hungrier and just want it even more every day. And it's awesome. It's cool to see, and it's cool to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the season's kind of coming to an end. For some of our listeners who may be NFL fans or something like that, obviously the college season's a little bit shorter. So you guys are nearing the end of your season here.
Yep.
What is kind of the goal and the mindset you guys have trying to push through to the end here?
Really, we don't really have like a lot of goals like that. We just try to attack every day and just stack the days, just try to stack Tuesday through Friday and have it show up Saturday. But coach is always talking, we could have a perfect week of practice, but it might not go our way on Saturday. So we're really just trying to take it week by week, not look too far ahead, and just do everything we can do today to be the best version of ourselves we can be to perform on Saturdays.
Absolutely.
That's the way to do it. So what are you most excited about going into next season?
I'm just really excited to see how much more we can strive to reach the culture that we want to be. And I'm really excited for the off season to be able to work with all the guys that we got. I think we have a great group of guys here, and I'm excited to see like all the work that we put in and just continue to watch ourselves build and grow every day to be able to be the team that we know that we're capable of, because we still haven't played our best version of football. Our coach always says we'll never arrive, and I really love that, because it's just, there's always somewhere to improve. You can never be perfect, but we strive to be perfect every day. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely seems like the right mindset. I definitely have more confidence in youth football going forward, knowing what's going on in that locker room and the cultural changes. I just want to say thank you for coming on and kind of giving our listeners that perspective. I know that, in my time here in Northwood football, it hasn't always been the most exciting thing for some of our fans, but I know that there's been a cultural shift. A lot of people are excited. There's some buzz on campus for you guys. So hopefully it continues to push forward and you guys are able to see some big changes next season.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. I'm excited for the future of Northwood football.
Absolutely. As are we. Thanks for coming on, Mitch.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
We're back in studio with a guest from Northwood's hockey team. Now, to age myself here a little bit, I've been around since 2019, and that was the last time that Northwood had a hockey team. Obviously, the pandemic that affected all of our lives hit that spring, and it affected Northwood hockey as well. But just like our last segment, when Northwood announced that they were bringing men's hockey back, I got super excited. I knew I wanted to have someone on to talk about it. So that's where this person I'm about to introduce to you comes in. His name is DJ. He's a freshman on the hockey team, and he is so ready for this season to start just like we are. So without any further ado, DJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're super excited to have you on. Like I was saying earlier, I know that the hockey team had to kind of leave campus for a few years, and that was kind of a sad thing. I know I went to a lot of the hockey games freshman year. They were fun. They were exciting. The team was good. And I know that everyone's kind of expecting the same thing this year. And from some of the news I've been hearing, I think we can rightfully expect that. I think you guys have got a pretty good team coming this year. So thank you for coming on to talk to us about this and build a little hype for your team. It should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Just playing hockey. I missed it. It's been a long summer. But our team, it's our first year team for a while. So we have a lot of young guys, coming from like high school teams and stuff like that. We have some junior guys with experience. So it should be a really fun year. Yeah, I'm excited.
Good. I'm excited.
Awesome. So when did you first learn that Northwood was bringing back hockey?
Okay, so last year I was playing junior hockey in Milwaukee, and I saw the Northwood Instagram hockey page came of hockey. So I followed it because actually my dad's an alum here, so
okay.
I've always been wanting to come here for Northwood, and I followed the Instagram page, and a few days later I got a phone call from Coach Cooper, and ever since then I've just been talking every day. So yeah.
Yeah, so was it that contact with him? Obviously, you said your dad's alumni. I'm sure that played a role, but did he have a big role in making you want to come here to play hockey? Obviously, you were playing junior, so you had a career kind of going for yourself. So
yeah, no, Coach Cooper, he's a great dude, great guy. He really made me he really made hockey seem fun again. I kind of lost a little bit of passion for it in Milwaukee, and then coming back here just brought back so much more excitement and stuff. So I'm really thankful for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what can, you in particular as a player joining this team and our fans, what can we really look forward to this upcoming season?
I don't know, just hockey games are, for me, I think it's the best sport to watch, really high pace, high action, a lot of guys. And, it's just at Northwood here, we always support each other's students, so there's games, we're really big athlete school.
Yeah.
So, we have some big games coming up. We play our rivals like Saginaw and Central. We played them January 26th, 27th, and then we played Central the February 2nd and then February 3rd. So those are two big games you guys should come out to, some rivalry games.
Yeah.
I want every game to be packed. For us as players, it's more fun to play in front of a crowd, kind of hypes us up more and makes us want to put on for our school. So
For sure.
Yeah, so I know that Northwood doesn't have a rink on campus. So can you just kind of let our fans know where they can come and support you guys?
Yeah, it's not too far from campus. It's about a 10-minute drive. That's about it. I don't really know where it is too much. I just drive there early in the morning. So
Yeah. I know you go out west towards Dow Chemical and then take the left there. And I'm sure once the games start to come around, our media team will be posting all about them. You guys will be able to see the location, times, dates, everything like that. So make sure you're tuning out for Northwood hockey. It was a great time when I was there before. I'm sure it'll be a great time coming up, just like it was a great time to have you in studio today, DJ. Thank
Yep.
you for coming in. Thank you for building the hype for this team, and hopefully we see a wonderful season for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully. Roll Timbies.
Absolutely. Roll Timbies. All right, we're back with our final guest of the episode. And when we decided we needed to have a sports episode, it was pretty clear. You have to have the most winning team on campus on the podcast. So that's why we wanted to bring on a representative from the women's soccer team to be able to come talk to you about their success. She's a senior on the team. Her name is Hannah Jacek, and she's going to be able to give us a little bit of insight as to how this season has come together for them and what they're really hoping to look forward to. So Hannah, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to be able to talk to a team that's really dominating their way through. We've spoke to some other teams in the program, some that are brand new, some that are kind of finding new footing with new coaching. And to be able to talk to one that's had that coaching, has that culture built, and is really capitalizing on it is really cool. I'd like to start by giving our listeners a little bit of insight into your role on the team. So can you just tell us a little bit about how you're involved?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm a senior this year. I'm a captain on the team. And I play center back, so in the middle of the field, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just out there playing center field, just kind of directing everyone around. I love to hear that. So obviously, it's postseason soccer time for you all right now, but we'll get to that in just a minute. I kind of want to talk about your regular season success. I know you guys really made a mark this year on the GMAC. So can you just tell us a little bit of how the regular season went?
Yeah, so I'll kind of start with a little bit from last year. So last year we had a really good year as well. We just kind of fell short in the postseason. But we knew that we also got a new coach, but it's our assistant coach. He stepped up and he's done amazing for us. He's a big part of our leadership and leading us to where we've been. So we came in and we knew that we needed to win and wanted to do a lot to get to the GMAC. It was still our goal to get to the GMAC final, be the GMAC champs. So we worked our butts off all summer. It took a lot, but we did it. And we came in and we were ready to go. And we took every game, just one game at a time, which was our big motto of the year, and focusing just on each game. And then sometimes the cards fell in our favor. We had a big game against Ashland, and that was our only conference loss. We fell short, but we still played really well, came back, and knew we had to win out. So we went out and won the rest of our games of this regular season.
Wow, that's really impressive. So obviously with a winning streak like that, there had to have been something, in that locker room that's real special for you all. Did you feel like that coaching change that was made, even though it was an in-house move, do you feel like there was anything within the culture that kind of shifted, that kind of propelled you guys to that next level this year? Or was it really just reasserting those same values from last year?
Yeah, so Mike, he is our head coach, and he kind of stuck with the same values. He was really big on keeping the culture the same, and he brought in an assistant coach who was a previous player, so she knew all about the culture as well. And I think that we have always had a pretty good culture, and this year we just really stuck to that, and all the girls were really on board with it, and I think that just really worked in our favor.
That's awesome. Yeah, and obviously that led to some postseason appearance for you guys. How did the beginning of the postseason go, and kind of where are you all at in that process right now?
Yeah, so we won our quarterfinal first round game. It was against Ohio Dominican last Saturday at home. And then we play our next game is the semifinal game, which will be tomorrow on Thursday.
Yeah.
Against Findlay, which we played them a couple weeks ago and beat them 1-0. It was a very good team, very good game. So it'll be another really good battle.
That's awesome. Yeah, so just a little bit of insight for our listeners. We're filming this on Wednesday, November 8th. The game against, you said it was Tiffin?
Finley.
Yeah. Is tomorrow, November 9th. This episode will be coming out November 10th. So if they win, which we expect them to, roll Timbies, let's go. You guys got to get it done. That next game, when is that one expected to be?
So that would be Saturday, which would be the 11th.
And that's the GMAC final.
Yeah,
that's
the championship.
You guys are really trying to lock it all down.
Yeah.
So okay, perfect. So make sure you guys are staying locked into Northwood socials. We're obviously going to be posting a lot about that. You're going to be seeing what the scores are, how everything turned out. We really hope that they're there come Saturday. It's expected to be a home game, barring the weather.
Yeah.
There's some small things there, but that'll all be included in Northwood social. So make sure you're paying attention there. This episode's going to be coming out on Friday, so that'll give you guys time to know when and where that game's going to be going. And if we're playing for a GMAC championship, y'all, we have to show out.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to make sure that fans are ripping and roaring. But even if, that doesn't happen, which we're expecting it does, you guys have had an amazing season. How do you guys feel like you kind of capture that momentum and that energy? I know you said you're a senior, so that's not necessarily something you're thinking about, but you kind of have a tap and a feel and the vibe of the team. How do you guys make sure you capture that momentum and carry it over into next season?
Yeah, so I think
like we kind of talked about before, the culture is still going to be very similar. So the girls like get along really well. We've had like the most team culture, the best one we've had all since I've been here at least. And since we know what it's like to have all this success, we've got like a taste of it. The girls will know what it takes and the hard work, and the expectation is that we are that successful now for moving forward. So I think having the girls that have been here this season carry into next season, they'll be able to be leaders and help everybody else get to that same point.
Yeah, I think that's great because obviously y'all are recruiting people that are expecting to come to a dominant program, and you know that culture is a big part of that. So just training up those younger members really makes a big difference there for you. So obviously, good luck this weekend. I hope everything goes swimmingly for you. Not actually swimmingly if you're not swimming on the field, but hopefully it all goes exactly the way you all want it to. I'm sure the Northwood community is behind you, strong, absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and give us a little bit of insight into your season. I'm sure our listeners are going to really appreciate it. We don't always, especially a lot of alumni watch the show, so they don't always get those constant updates. So to be able to hear that y'all are so successful this year is great for our listeners. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of Keeping Up with the Pack. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we gave you insight into everything you've been wondering about Northwood athletics wise. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode, Wolfpack.